My price is too high. But I want you to be the top. But it's not that you can't do it without you. You have no right to make conditions with me. The woman heard him, immediately startled. In the silent fear. But very quickly she remembered the words of the worst. She believes he raised his head to look at the lower demon. Her eyes became more determined. The hand is closer. There was also blood on his neck. 7. Do not deceive me, your elders. I know your cup is not enough. So we're really important. If you said so, I will die with my family. Don't stop your hands. Save. Heaven and the devil. 7 saw her act. One side is afraid that something will happen to her. He was afraid that she would destroy his plan. But in general, I want you not to hurt yourself. I stopped feeling so excited. Of course, most people are right. You have the right to make conditions with him. And then she continued to watch. The 7 elders still can't bear to let me die. The devil stared at her for a moment. Immediately turn in your head. He doesn't believe the head. You can even guess his thoughts. So there's only one possibility. The deep psychopathic kid Kier is not dead. Laughing for 2 hours. The devil 7 points to Wang. Is that boy not dead? Snow heard him mention it. Probably in my heart I can't help but be startled. You know they are guilty of him. If he knew he was alive, I will not forgive you. Then she replied, he died on the mountain. Thousands of animals. If you want to find him, pick up his body. But I'm afraid they've been eaten by the beast. Her expression fell into the evil eye. He couldn't help but laugh coldly. Of course, the bad boy is still alive. This is the only time he has lost the most money. It was at the hands of the boy. He laughed coldly and said quietly, you don't have to fool me. Until now, the old man has rarely encountered opponents. The 7 biggest losses were at the hands of that boy. I couldn't get the diamond back. Still seriously injured. The old lady does not despise you. Only with your mind. I can't guess my trump card. That boy must have taught you. Let's go see if this time we can collect. Your head has a weakness. I will not take your life anymore. Stop listening to him and be happy. We can finally save everyone. You don't know each other like you do. How can I fight the devil 7? She quickly wanted to run. Help the heavens stand up. But right now, the school of the devil 7 hit the direction of heaven. Limit his Tavai. In that moment, the snow was fatally wounded. You can't immediately faint now. Stop feeling like that. Couldn't stop screaming at him. The devil is low. I agree I don't need your life. But I didn't say I would ignore it. Think about the same. Your family is still the master of the sky. We have to limit his power. When you come to the city, I will let them go. Stop the incense, gently bite the lips. The devil tells you to keep your word. Devil 7 laughed for an hour. He also wants to fight stupid. Wait until he's trained. Your family will surely die. He ordered, of course, you. Such an important thing cannot deceive you. Where are you? Take the little lady back to the restroom. Tomorrow we will depart for Yumin Cup. On his orders. A leader. Take the servant to the side to stop the incense. Today, it is Yu Ming who defected before. Yu Min stood next to her. She looked at me and said nasty words. This is the top lot for you to practice. Growing up so beautiful. The snow didn't give him a good face. I don't care about his words. Immediately turned the person away. Except 92 bought his undefeated diamond. Wait until the servant who sent the incense stops. Yu Min just came behind you, low demon. Carefully asked the master. Don't know. Have you thought of a way to deal with loss? Maybe their butler. The future is our biggest problem. The seventh demon heard him mention the lost family. I can't help but think a little. That's right, as soon as you get back. We have reported the situation on the Black Mountain side. For the Devil 7, of course he knows. 2 elders of Yu Min Cup. Buy a small gas condenser named to kill. So he's still planning to eliminate it. Get lost over there. Then he turned to ask. That he killed 2 of our elders. You haven't said, get out. Not if you say this. I'm afraid even the owner doesn't believe me. Yu Min honestly declared. Yu Devil 7 laughed and said, at first, I didn't believe in a demon. It has the ability to destroy the sky. But a month ago, I met a monster like that. There is no less suffering. Look at the vast sky and earth every identity has. If you solve the boy first, you can be sure. Over there we'll think of a solution. Tung Wang, I can hear the conversation between the 2 of you. Demon 7 does not stop worrying. The Devil 7 has targeted the most evil. She's afraid something will happen. But she is still worried about herself. It doesn't help either. You can only pray in silence. I hope he can leave in peace. There won't be anything unfortunate. At the same time, at the top of a mountain in the mountains. A photo body wearing planetarium, the white one is sitting in a row. Suddenly now, he felt the fire he left behind for sure. Lost touch. Not out of wonder. One gets out of the state of cultivation. Careful inspection, of course, there's no touch. The man wondered. My inflammation bar for that person is gone. That person deleted it himself. Or have occupied their own. Out of my control. Real. How could my inflammation be erased by him? He can't mess with heaven like that. Maybe he's actually trained. It's only if that's the case that we find him. Think about it, the other person doesn't stop worrying a little bit. But I was able to calm down very quickly. I can't help but laugh for an hour. He will eventually return on his own. But right now in a cave deep in the mountains of animals. There were purple lights illuminating the forest. A while later, the body of the most evil slowly stepped out. Anti-hand insert cave wall. But suddenly the cliff didn't warn of an explosion. Surprised, he returned with a smile. After training, his body weakens to the end. Extreme so this time. He's always in the nursing cave. God does not care. Through so much suffering he finally succeeded. He has now changed his flesh. Become an invincible diamond body. This body is now forged from distant diamonds. Strength is not below the 5-grade spirit. There's a blue flame that you left on your forehead. Because of insufficient power, it cannot be controlled. However, now we are going through the battle of the 9 emperors. His spirit was completely in harmony with it. To become the fire god, it can also be controlled comfortably. They can also ensure the safety of the gods. Even if it's a high priest, you can't do anything. He quickly put on his clothes. It's time to do the main thing. After a while, he quickly put his clothes on. Tie up your hair and fly away. I can't stop thinking about the Devil 7. Your final day has come. 93 sword elders to cover the sword at will. The next morning on a busy street, Min-cup's bride procession is on its way to the cover. A large group of people, the trumpet, the drums thundered. Bring a fun atmosphere to the neighborhood. People on the street are talking. Who also thinks to connect with Min-cup is to climb high. But no one knows that this end will make the snow fall into disobedience. At the same time, in a small room, the snow stopped and the clothes sat there. But the face has no goal. The joy of the soon-to-be married. She is now trying to put some pretty jewelry on me. Sad to tell, the whole paint dry with her. Sorry, you can't follow me anymore. Walk out this door today. I won't be able to return to this place either. It's meant to make you a miserable home. It can't be done. I'm sorry, kid. No matter what, I will save my family. At this moment, you two are ready to walk in. Reminds the lady of the price. I heard the urge to slowly stand up. Put on the new lady towel. Two people helped her walk out. I silently remember the man of the house. She is determined to protect the entire family, the way they used to love you. Even if you sacrifice your life. Like any girl who is good, this trip is not just about you. Soon the whole skin will be destroyed. Min-cup bride procession very quickly came to the snow-covered door. The 7-year-old sat on the horse, always with a faint smile, sweeping eyes at everyone. Right now, the snow stopped and I walked out the door. Looking at the people in front of me, silently sighed. As soon as she comes out, in the crowd of people breathing, it's an amazing thing in front of her face. She was wearing a bridal dress. Gentle makeup, but enough to celebrate her beauty. Your eye of pearl. Your face makes people feel beautiful. It's like a delicate flower to make people mourn. Never stop thinking in your heart. It's true that only this kind of beauty can enter. Min-cup. Turn everyone's expressions into your eyes. But she didn't notice this marriage. Even if she doesn't want to. If it wasn't for the weather, she wouldn't be standing here today. People always think that the cup is 7. Subduing the noble world that cannot be reached. How? Who knows that they're rotten to the core? She walked in there, not to fly as a phoenix. It's about falling to hell. She looked at the Devil 7. He looks like he wants to go too. The 7 elders also wanted to go. The devil doesn't notice her behavior. Keep a pale smile, say ha ha ha. That's for sure. Uni girl gets along with you Min Cup disciple. You have to protect him at all times. Take you to a safe place. A word that immediately horrified everyone. Yu Min Cup's attitude is indeed very important, Ra. Or don't let the elders escort you. But only the snow knows. 7 demons to escort. He wants to monitor her. It's good anyway. He left with her. The two most sure, heaven and earth will be safe. But didn't wait for her to breathe a sigh of relief. The 7 demons next to her saw her thoughts. Voice of ridicule. That's right, Miss Fish. When you leave the city. The old man sent him to seal off the mountain range. Even if it's your secret tunnel. The old man also gave him a straight watch. Not until the old man returns. Those 2 mice. Can't run. You can't get out of the old man's hand. The snow stopped, and he was angry. Face in the blink of a blue eye. He knew her secret tunnel. The 2 most beautiful people, and thank heaven for going out. They will definitely be caught by Yumin's men. Don't need more words. Your life, in exchange for your father and your brothers. You can't exchange it for someone else. Stop the lady by. The devil knows what you mean. He impatiently put on his hand and told her to leave. In front of her right now is a big box. There are 8 people outside. More than that, it's the Gao Gao scenes. Even if she has wings, she can't escape. She slowly took 1 step at a time. You don't stop clinging. I really just want the 2 best people to leave. But right now, the ring in her hands suddenly reacted. Make her startle. I can't help but cry for an hour in my heart. The 2 most likely people came to save her. She yelled out loud not to come here. One of her screams makes it hard for everyone around you to understand. What is she doing? But only Demon 7 knows that the prey he's waiting for has arrived. You look a little closer. Suddenly there was a loud scream. Stop coming to save you. End of the words of a religious figure who rushed towards the New Testament, holding a long sword. Attack towards the Demon 7. The 7-year-old looks at you now. In my heart I can't help but be amazed. He thinks that the best is coming. I can't believe this kid. No matter who comes, just show up in front of them. He's going to make them go home. Looking to the left, the sky is coming. He despises the lips. You are not dead either. But you're just a piece of shit. Dare to find the old man to fight Cao. Just finished. He is not afraid of the 4-legged soldiers who are attacking. Still intact in the palm of the hand, the lips beat raw. Just a glimpse of the wind. It makes people feel cold. A sword pierced through the sky, being held back by a force. I can't help but panic a little. The person in front of you is right. As most likely to say. Before that, of course, they were defeated by the Demon 7. But now if it comes, he won't give up and leave either. The sword in his hand struck again. Unconscious paralysis. You Devil 7 look at the technique Celestial Duong used. In the I can't help shrinkage. Blinking disappeared to avoid the onslaught. A clear sword slashed at the palanquin immediately broke. You Devil 7 astounding look at the person in front of not 09 awake. Who are you in the sword? Because the age is young. That was able to receive the monosodium transfusion somehow. You don't interfere. Thank God Yangha, the cold also does not let the demon 7 have time to rest. Cut down the second sword. They don't know how to measure themselves. Even if what you use is martial arts. But you also have to understand. The plot and the perspective are the distance. Can't get through. You Devil 7 despise ridicule. The devil disappeared in the blink of an eye. He quickly appeared in front of the sun. Staring at him. Shocked at the opposite person. Collect defensive swords. The Devil 7 is too fast. Cannot avoid immediately hit the target. Being thrown out. Waiting for time to stand up, was arrested by Gao the plot of Yu Min Cup. Devil 7 slowly retracts hands. Looking at the celestial Yang kneeling on the ground laughing coldly. The devil himself is humiliated. If you don't respect the sword. One of the old man's. I've killed you. I heard him laugh for 2 hours. If you are good at urinating, kill the piss. But until then, you Min Cup for sure, you will have to fight with the sword. Can you take responsibility? You Devil 7 shades of base face. In his eyes flashed close to the rotten boy. You really thought the old man would be afraid of the sword? What are you? Today, you made trouble in the old man's territory first. Even if I kill you, the sword servant has no words to say. Just finished. The Devil 7 again mobilized the power of a Chuang hit down. Like to stop incense one side looking at you Devil 7 want to act, hurry up and shout no. But the Demon 7 does not pay attention to the old hatred. He wants to make a deal with the devil today. A chef still aggressively hit down. Stop hands follow the screams. Right now, a force hit towards the Demon 7 startled him. Immediately dodge. Sound an hour. Where the Demon 7 just stood immediately exploding smoke flying blind. At the same time, a body image wearing white cells also appears. The devil looks at the uninvited person. With a contemptuous smile, yeah. Guests rarely come. I haven't seen you for nearly 55 years. You've been fine lately. 94 is finally here. The one who came was an old man dressed in a white stripe. The old face is dreary. In the cloudy eyes, the fake man's hand is not intact. Only 2 fingers left. But on a floating hand full of blue veins. There are also age-old calluses. He is a master with a sword. Thank God for watching the people coming. Overjoyed. He was also rescued at the same time. He shouted at the 8 elders. One heard the Devil 7 sarcasm. In his eyes filled with hatred watching him speak coldly. It was good, but I just met you and found it hard. Thank God the sun is out of control. Immediately ran to grab the sword sleeve custom. Urgently pray to the 8 elders. You came at the right time. Help me save the baby. Looking back, I stopped looking back. Thank heaven, and Yang shaking his head. This is about the Yu Min family. We don't need to care. Devil 7 heard that and laughed. That's right, young man. Interfering in the affairs of others, you're going to pay a very high price. The person next to you is a good example. If he doesn't put his mouth to people's business. Why is it unnatural for no reason? You can lose 3 fingers. Hear this word. The sword unconsciously trembled. The 2 red eyes on him clearly meant. Look at the devil 7. If not that year, the young man. Then you hit your demon. Ha. Ha ha, can't say that. I've heard the tutor talk about the old man. This is called a non-promiscuous person, not a teenager. That year if the old. I don't care about a beautiful girl. In our sub-family medicine and you min cup. Then why do you want to defeat the enemy? In the end, the government had to use 3 buildings to change the date back there. But that finger can't be connected anymore. Yu Min now came to the side laughing a voice. Aggressive bite lip sword custom. 5 demon 7 you do not be excessive. How do you want to fight? 55 before you were not my enemy. Now you are not even my enemy. If you really want to fight, then you should still call your 7 old swords. Come here. 23 old sword of the servant. The name of the Australian devil 7 I also admire very much. Like people since you. The old man did not meet any man's eyes. Your sword will rise in hatred. To grips tightly to the right. He knows this place is the land of the Holy Spirit. Can't mess up. He sighed with indignation and said to heaven. Let's go to heaven. But the 8 elders. Even if you don't save the child. It was also because of the glory of the sword. To fight a battle. Just go like that. Shut up, you haven't looked at the stars. He's deliberately provoking us. This place is the territory of you Min Cup once fighting. Whether you win or lose, we will still be the ones who suffer. God, you remember me. This 7-year-old devil is very cunning. Later met him. You have to do your best to protect yourself from the sword. I can't help but scream angrily. I don't know what the 8 elders said. But he can't let the smell stop. He's going to tell me. We all know, but in my heart it's clear. If we can't save the baby today, I will regret it for the rest of my life. I hear this word from the sky. I can't help but be touched. This friend, you're right. Unfortunately, in this life she has no life. To the next life. Ha ha ha. Of course, it's the youth. I don't understand the evil way of life. If the little boy liked the hero who saved the beauty. Come like that, the old man will give you another chance. See if you can save her family. Maybe she appreciate you even more. How is it? End of the devil 7 clap. And then there's people taking turns. The thrower hung up a 10-letter wooden stick. Look at this scene. Stop the incense immediately, writhing heartbreak. Call a family CACACA. She looked at the demon 7 and asked the demon 7. What do you mean by that? Devil 7 laughed for an hour. Look at the sky that's standing. Be that bad person. Otherwise, this boy will make Sao a hero. Save the beauty. Speak and immediately order the operation. His voice stopped immediately and someone acted. The high trick scene has launched. Put the iron hook through, creating a sound of pain echoing, with drops of bright red blood flowing down. The snowy eyes look at this. But she can't do anything. The tears on my face kept coming down. Desperate screaming demon 7. Stop hands. If you don't stop me quickly, I will die in front of you. The devil doesn't care if you threaten her. Smiling with a laugh. If you dare to die, the old man will kill them. Yu Min standing next to him also nods the child. You don't know how to measure yourself. My teacher is AI. He is Yu Min's false consensus. The cup is called the 7 spirits. In 7 countries, how many people have lost at Master's hands? I just want to rely on you. He also wants to take a step or two. Though you hold in your hand his trump card. Unfortunately, you are still too naive. Tell me the truth. It's because you pissed off the old man. That's how it ended. Don't forget me. Your master, he is also in the hands of his father. I heard him fall into despair. Her life. She thinks she can save the family. But now she realizes she's nothing. She can't do anything. Then it's all her fault. It's because she's interested. Just think about running away from home. Nothing will happen to your family either. You will not know to people for sure. The most beautiful and beautiful. They may still be safe now. Don't be afraid of revenge. Desperate to sit down. His face is full of sadness. Like right now. Something strange appeared in the sky. It's amazing. At the same time, the world is only on the hands of heaven and heaven. It also emits light. The two of them gladly looked up at the sky. He finally came. The person they were waiting for finally showed up. Of course, the body of the most mortal hovered in the sky with the 2 purple wings astounded everyone. He looked down at the evil laughing demon. We've met again. The devil, we lost. But the second half just started. Except 95 pair fight. I said, most likely, let people slowly land. Standing opposite, the devil laughed at him. The devil 7 looks at you. I can't help but remember what happened a few months ago. Almost lost in his hands. Around the scatter raw tightly bite his teeth. Ha ha ha. Astronaut props. Of course you are not dead. And break through the plot. At the same time, the other side looked at him. Also an amazing ink. He's just taking advantage of the spaceship to force an increase in speed. More important than, he is also a devil. I just broke through the scene. But when that happens, they spread out. I can make a dream like mine. To feel oppressed. He looked at me wondering who you are. But I thank God for listening to what he said. Smiling is my friend. They are the most untrustworthy. They are also the most unreliable. Hear this word. The sword is flattering again. This is the first time he can hear the sky. Judge someone like that. He watches the growth of the sky. Since childhood, he has been more generous than you. To be called genius in genius. Now you can judge a person like that. What kind of person is he after all? He really wanted to take a look. Same as now. The Devil 7 does not stop blinking. The most reliable assessment. His current mood is different compared to a few months ago. But unfortunately, for a master like him, there's no big threat. What he noticed most was the speed of his training. A few months ago, he is at the very least a 7-year-old. But now it's possible to break through the plot. He really can't despise this man. Of course, the time monster. The pressure from you is too great. So he won't let him survive. Thought then you Devil 7 swung Yu Min's hand to the front. I hope you can take my hand instead. Go kill him. Most probably look at the person who just walked out smiling. This bastard can escape. Yu Min Cup again follow this ghost head. Not without laughing. When you raise your voice of contempt, Ra is you. It was good for you to run away last time. I'm still regretting this. This time let's end our grudges before. How do you know each other? There's no response. You Devil 7 angrily looked behind. I only see people who are scared. On the pale face stood still without words. Swordsman over there saw this scene. Not from ridicule. The devil is a ghost for a lifetime. His great disciple is no exception. But look what we're in now. I just saw a guy who looks like a guy. His most favorite disciple. You can shiver like a dead dog. Swordsman also did not miss the opportunity to ridicule. I laughed for 2 hours, ha ha ha. Of course, it's the master. Today, the old man seemed to understand more about Yu Min Cup's disciples. He's such a hero again. Yu Min Cup and Sword Servant have long been enemies. One forces that ignore the opportunity to poke the enemy. But now he is defeated at his hands. Make fun of him. You may not be angry. He lifted his stone foot towards Yu Min. Something that has no money. The master is here to protect you. You can even be scared into this form. Cowardly. He just broke through the scene. Is there anything to be afraid of? Yu Min is still trembling at this moment. He's in Black Mountain. Defeat in the strongest hands, it became his obsession. Again, turn your eyes to him. I saw him smiling at me. Unaware of the devil at the foot of the Devil 7, the whole sutra cry out. His master. He's the real butler of that family. Van the Elder and the elders. All died in his hands. Hear this word. The 7-year-old looks at the most obvious. That's the name of Kia's butler. He killed 2 of Yu Min's elders. I don't blame you for being so afraid of him. For the one who almost lost at his hands. He didn't feel too surprised either. This person can understand the layout. Deep psychometry. He himself has fallen into his trap. But right now I can't fight in this place. His current strength has only just broken through. Scene. Basically, it is not that Yu Min's opponent has real power. Scene too important. He thinks it's just the flu that's affected. Because of the previous fear. So I want to let this disciple get rid of the ghost. You have to let it kill itself. Then he put his hands up.